Have you ever sensed that your body carries an ancient technology, a memory of how it is meant to operate at its highest potential? Lavylites can help you reconnect with your own original body blueprint, gently guiding every cell to remember its innate balance, vitality, and conscious awareness. With Lavylites, high vibrational imprints of nature meet quantum technology. Each drop works gently, supporting your body's innate intelligence and self-healing capabilities on body, mind, and spirit level. This isn't just skincare. Imagine revolutionary personal care products that not only help with anti-aging and cell regeneration, but actually crack open consciousness codes in your cells, giving you access to the highest version of self every single day. As you move through your day, it's more than wellness. It's a conscious journey. Each drop supports your energy, aligns your vibration, and opens the doorway to your higher self. Waking up lighter, feeling more balanced, radiant, and connected. Step into your highest vibration. Try Lavylites today and feel the difference that energy intelligence can make in your life. Your energy, your blueprint, your divine essence, fully restored. Click the link in the show notes to learn more. Beloved, welcome. I know you are not just a traveler. You are a keeper of codes, a facilitator of remembrance, a Magdalene Rose carrying ancient medicine, and Egypt might be calling you. So I invite you to take a deep breath with me right now. Feel the air filling your lungs, grounding you in this very moment. And now imagine the desert winds against your skin. That silence before dawn, before the city and life awakes. And on the horizon, the golden light of the rising sun touching the Sphinx and the pyramids. Now, as you listen to my voice, I want you to feel as if you are walking beside me through Egypt. This episode is designed not just to be a story, but it's a journey. It's your journey, a remembrance, a call for you into your own ancient soul codes. Because Egypt is not a place you simply visit. It's a temple that you re-enter with your entire being. And it is a mirror of your soul's highest remembrance. The first time that I entered the Khafre pyramid, which is the second pyramid, I was actually not prepared for what would happen. Because everybody talks about the Great Pyramid. Nobody really talks about the second pyramid. For me and my personal evolutionary journey, she is like the real deal, the one. I thought, I would be admiring not stone in history, but a temple that is still resonating in its very own way. And indeed, this is what happened, because literally the walls started to hum. And my whole body started to vibrate already as we entered through the corridor into the chamber. Now imagine, also your breath deepening as if you step into another dimension. What a lot of people don't know is that the second pyramid also holds a sarcophagus that we were able to enter. And it's made of that most beautiful, delicious rose granite. So already the color and the texture is like very feminine. And everybody had 1 minute in the sarcophagus. The moment I entered, I stepped into a whole nother dimension. Honestly, it was as if I spent a whole lifetime in there, and it was timelines and lifetimes collapsing and colliding in that very, very moment in time. And there was a very particular song playing. I think it was 𝗲𝗲𝗽𝗲 by Patrick Lang. I remember that one. And the pyramid and the sarcophagus right away shot me into the cosmic womb space of the mother. And I was surrounded by whales and literally like in this cosmic womb space as different fractals of my soul, different fractals recognizing themselves as consciousness with different missions, with different experiences and expressions that they would like to take on in different incarnations in life. It was something that I had never experienced, like really incredible, coming from that high soul perspective of being able to look at your life and the way that not just this life, but like any lifetime can play out. And so you can imagine that, I mean, I wasn't there as, of course, not just as a tourist per se, but I was like literally standing there as that soul essence, that fractal of source who was remembering that it is source. She is source. He is source. And the many, many, many that I have been and the many that I will be and the many expressions. So it's like a child coming home to self. And I know in my bones that you can feel this too. And there is a part that when we are on a spiritual journey, that we are longing for that expression and for that moment to become one with the all. So maybe you've had dreams of pyramids. Maybe in your meditation, you saw yourself walking through the desert sands, sitting with the Sphinx, or maybe walking, placing your hands over the hieroglyphs and the temples coming alive. Maybe even the word Egypt lights up something deep inside your body, such as it was for me from my very childhood on. Now, that is not a coincidence. Egypt has been weaving her call into your soul remembrance field through lifetimes and timelines. And same as it was for me. And so when I said yes to that call, everything changed, like everything. And especially the layer and the way how I show up in my service, like a huge expanse. And now Egypt is also the throat chakra of the earth. So working a lot with your throat, my voice became so much clearer, like speaking my truth, coming from that sovereign perspective, having seen of it's not just that one life, but there is so many, and there is not that much drama as on a human level that we need to come up with, because on a soul perspective, on a soul level, it's all but a huge playground, and we want to explore and experience as many experiences and expressions that we can accumulate as a soul to know what it means to be human. So my energy could hold a lot more light, like my light body expanded to an extent that I at the time didn't even know that it was possible, because I had retrieved these codes that only Egypt could give me and my soul. Now, I want to take you with me to let you feel this journey as if you were already there. And each day that we are going to be walking in December is an initiation holding remembrance of who you once were and who you are becoming in this very moment in time, in this very place that you are. So imagine this. You are arriving on December 11th, flying into Cairo. Maybe you are lucky seeing already from the airplane, getting some glimpses of the Giza Plateau, the pyramids, the sands, just the vastness of also flying into the African continent, where the Nile with its 7 arms, the 7 sisters, lounges into the Mediterranean Sea. So that life force, that Kundalini spine of Africa, not just Egypt, but Africa, and following that. And so you are arriving and stepping into the hotel. You're making your way into the welcome circle, looking into the smiles, into the faces, locking eyes with other sisters, with other priestesses, medicine women that are on the same mission as you. And you know that you are in this together and you have done this before, and you're probably going to be doing this again in many lifetimes from now, again and again and over again. So the first night, you probably already have many, many dreams being grounded and anchored into the lands of 𝗪𝗪. And then December 12th, we wake up before dawn. Now, you and I and the other sisters walking quietly across the sand. The air is very crisp, filled with an almost electric stillness. And then she appears, the Great Sphinx. Her body is so massive and so gentle at the same time. Her paws stretching widely, her eyes and her gaze fixed into eternity, retrieving and locking in her third eye with the cosmic wisdom of planets, planetary bodies. So we're taking together a round in silent prayer as we encircle her. Before you enter, we step between her paws, just as the sun begins to rise. And in that moment, the light may fall across your face, feeling your body, your back against her paws, you sitting in the sand, tingles all over your body. You may hear ancient voices, ancient sounds, as also the 𝘆cie between the paws comes alive. And these two lion guardians that are on there starting to open your Akashic field with the codings that are stored underneath her. Codes are unlocking. The Sphinx is this ancient portal and guardian of memory, of your soul memory, of your Akasha. And today she came to remember you, and you came to remember her. And then later, we visit the Grand Egyptian Museum. Now, this museum has tried to open its doors for the past, I don't know how many years, but I've been to Egypt at least 4 times. And every time they said, like, it's opening, it hasn't opened. Now it is finally open. It's not completely open to the public yet. It is limited, but by the time that we will be there in December, it will be open. And we are stepping into this vast living library. Imagine standing face to face with statues, with steles, with sacred artifacts that are not just over many, many thousands of years old, but that they have stood in the temples. They have received codes. The stone is that receiver, that conductor, that transmitter of energy that when you connect on an energetic level, almost like as if you would place your hands on it. I mean, you cannot, but just like stretching out your palms and you will feel the sensations coming, the codes coming alive in your chakras as they transmit the wisdom, because they are still alive. They might not be in the temples anymore, but they still hold clues, and they are speaking to you because your body knows and remembers the very same frequency that goes into a shared resonance field. And then one of my favorite places is Saqqara, the Serapeum. It is such a vast, vast field, like literally geographically field of knowledge, but also energetically. This is where, among many of the other places that you will be visiting, have a chance to truly, truly activate ancient body technology within. So Saqqara itself, imagine just like walking this vast ground, which is an entire city in itself. It used to be a city. And as you enter your very first pyramid on this journey, which will be the Pyramid of Unas, and this is a very special pyramid. So imagine walking, almost crawling a little down that path leading into the pyramid. And when you're in there, you are illuminated in a chamber with light. The walls, and especially the ceiling, the apex of the pyramid, is carrying painted stars over and over and over, allowing you already to grasp that cosmic wisdom that is stored and held within these structures and within this temple, remembering that you are re-entering that temple that you have been in before. And outside in the courtyard, you will find ancient remnants of water basins and water canals running through the desert. And now you might stand there and look around, and there is sand, what may look like a wasteland, but you remember that this was once a flourishing oasis with greenery, with palm trees around it. There was water, and the water and the stone would be this generating, energetic power field and force field that would be created to fuel entire cities and entire landscapes with energy, free energy that comes straight from source. Now you find a lot of crystalline structures, crystals, quartz on the ground, in the sand, in the desert. And then you walk into the Serapeum. You stand in the Serapeum, and we as a group start to make our way through this ancient and long corridor. And you'll notice to the left and the right, and alternating niches, these huge, great, not just stone chambers, but black, I believe it's granite too, black, huge sarcophagus. To the left, to the right. And you feel that serpentine, that kundalini energy that is awakening in your body as you are walking this corridor and as you are circling, slithering, serpentining in and through these resonance chambers. You might stand in front of one of the sarcophagus and start to tone, not because you intended, but it's just what naturally wants to come out. A sound, a soul sound, moving through your body that is recalibrating you into your crystalline form. You can feel your cells remembering their original blueprint, their original design. Now, this is Atlantean technology, and your body knows exactly how to access, how to open, unlock, crack, and what to do with it. And after this, we are going to be traversing through another desert landscape all along a powerful, powerful lake that was already known back in the days by ancient healers, where a group of them settled to gather, to teach, to learn, to study, to heal. And that one night, we traveled deep into the desert to the Valley of the Whales. We gather around a blanket of stars, of fiery stars, where you can retrieve your very own star fire, the life-giving essence directly from source into your blood and bones. The Milky Way above you, above us, feels like the roof of your home temple. Now, this is the goddess Nut. And you lie back and you touch the sand that might still be a little warm from the sunlight of the day. And you merge with this ground, and you merge with your Akashic field. Now, this field opens for you. Codes of your own soul story pour into you, starfire transmissions that have been waiting for this very moment as you are being surrounded by the bones of the whales that are remembering all the history that humankind, all the history that the earth has gone through. And so this is not only an Akashic field for your personal soul codings, but it's the actual Akasha of Gaia, where you can see, perceive, get to know more information about your very own mission, your very own devotion and being of service in the past, present, and the future. Now, linking this powerful experience with the pyramid of Khafre, as the whales are guardians in the primordial waters of Gaia, as they have always been. And because this place has been filled with and by water, it has been a flourishing ocean. And water being a information carrier, now this information is still in the bones, it's still in the sand, it's still in the stones, and it's waiting for you to come and remember. So you become that tuning fork that tells the stories, that speaks about it, because it's through the remembrance and through the memory field that we create, where this history, this herstory is still kept alive. Now, then, with all of these Akashic codings filled within your blood and bones, filled within your heart, and your energy body, your light body that is already expanding, you can already feel your field growing and expanding as you traverse from day to day. There's another pinnacle in the journey, a private ceremony inside the Great Pyramid. Stepping into the Great Pyramid itself, in this alignment with Orion's belt, the Son of Man, which holds a very, very similar story, whether we look at Osiris, Yeshua, or even the Buddha or other prominent figures throughout different religious teachings. Because all it is, again, it's a remembrance of your very own Christ light, of your very own Sophia Christ body, the Merkaba, and how to activate that. Once the Great Pyramid, amongst all the other pyramids on the grid, was a great temple and maybe even a power station, but it was, above all, initiation chambers. Yes, it was about death, but it was about the transcendence of death. So it wasn't a tomb. It was actually a chamber to access your resurrection body, your Christ, your activated Sophia Christ within. So step into the king's chamber. The silence, again, is so thick that it almost hums. You can feel your heart beating as we start gathering in a circle, sitting together, holding hands, and starting to hum. As the sound vibrates through the resonance chamber, as the sound is being picked up by the granite structures, also your bones begin to vibrate in that very, very same vibration. And you're opening your throat. You're opening and you're just allowing these tones, your soul tone, to come through as your throat chakra clears. Your light body ignites. And then it happens. The blue diamond light floods through your body, all through your body, into your meridians, into all of your veins, through the crown of your head, opening all of your chakras, anchoring through your body into the planetary grid. And you know in that moment that this is an initiation that is not just for you. It's not just happening through you, for you, by you, but it is for the collective and it is for the earth herself. Because when you activate your very own light body, the collective resonance field that you are part of, that we are part of, carries these ripples out into the field. And then from the king's chamber, we venture into an almost secret spot that is often overlooked and few people go. But frankly, it's my favorite place in the Great Pyramid above all. And this is in the subterranean chamber. So it takes a little bit of a courage because the corridor, the segue to go down there is very steep. It's very narrow, but it's very worth it. And once you open into this chamber, you feel like you are in Middle Earth herself. You feel you are in the core of the earth. And what might not look spectacular, which is basically a hole in the ground, but you don't even see because you're closing your eyes, and the energy in that enclosed cave is so palpable that you can't hold back but just move. And your arms float up simply because there is so much energy coming from that dragon well, this primordial energy coming right from the source and the core of Mother Gaia. And you're dancing in that energetic field with her. It's not that you need to do or you need to initiate anything. Like, you are simply embodying the current that is running through you. You are allowing to be the current, to be the tuning fork. And when you feel you're complete, coming back up, climbing back up that corridor again, stepping into that crisp air as you descend the pyramid, feeling like you come out from the womb space of the mother, like you have just been reborn. And you don't know necessarily who you are going to be from that moment forward, but you just know that you are a different person and that there is a different light coding that has opened in your body and in your field. An elevated version of yourself that you are now, that you have become now. There will be more options to explore the entire pyramid grid and a lot of more pyramids who are all part of activating very distinct and determined tones in your rainbow light body. And then finally, we close in the old Coptic Cairo at a very special place called the Hanging Church. This is a place where the Magdalene Rose line converges with the Egyptian Isis Hathor line, where you walk into this church and then find your way into the crypt, igniting the Christ Sophia flame in your heart, taking a moment to feel the Magdalene Rose line running through you as a blessing. As this is the spot where Mother Mary and baby Yeshua have found sanctuary as they were fleeing. And this is where they spend a tremendous amount of time underground, being cradled and held in the embrace of these structures, but also of the mother herself. Feel how your heart is opening when you attune to that place. Feel the remembrance of the convergence points that these avatars held ancient body technology, and they wanted you to remember it for yourself. This is why they came on earth. This is why that whole play with Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, Anna, and the lineage goes back and back and back and on and on and on. This is why now, 2,000 years later, we are remembering. Yes, we are remembering the story, but there's parts of the story that we haven't been told and that we've forgotten. And now, because energy is alive, because story is alive, and the truth can never be taken, no matter how long it takes for it to get through into the hearts and minds of people. So taking a moment to soak in this energy here into your heart, feeling the Christ Sophia flame igniting and bringing in another determined and distinct knowing of that light body within. Your garment of light, the veil that Mother Mary is carrying, it's her light garment. You walk away as the living temple that you are. All right. So, sister, this is not just a trip. This is a true initiation. And the timing of this pilgrimage is deeply aligned. It's not a coincidence. We enter Egypt during the sacred 12/12 portal that is also very much connected to the Merkaba grid as a cosmic gateway that accelerates light body activation and not just your personal, but also collective remembrance of the power that you hold as a human being and as a woman, as a man. And right now, more than ever, women leaders, healers, grid workers, and all of us are being asked to step into that next level of embodiment, to really anchor light, not only for yourself, but for our communities, for your families, for your communities, and for the earth, for humanity. So that is why this pilgrimage is happening now. This pilgrimage is your soul agreement. It's a remembrance of why you came here in this lifetime at this very moment of history, of your story. So this is for the grid worker, the facilitator, the healer, the woman in you who knows that she has been in Egypt before, the one who feels chills when she sees the pyramids, the one who has already been holding light for others, but knows that you are ready to expand, to embody more, to step deeper into your mission over and over again. And this is your accelerator. So as I speak to you, and if your body is tingling, your heart is racing, or you are feeling tears in your eyes, which was the case for me when I heard first about that pilgrimage trip that I was embarking on, then this journey is for you. Your soul will be saying, this is mine, like this is my call. I am listening. Now, let me anchor this for you. We will gather from December 11th to 18th. And this is an intimate journey, just 12 women maximum. So a small circle of women, soul sisters, walking side by side. And as I speak, there is only a few places left. So here's what's important. Registration closes in 2 weeks. And after that, the circle is sealed. That means if your body is giving you a full body fuck yes, your heart is pounding, then this is your moment to act. And remember, your initiation begins the moment that you say yes to something. We have monthly portal calls before the journey to prepare you up front. Plus, you will receive my brand new course, Body Temple Awakening, for free on top. And Body Temple Awakening is all about the path of the initiate and the different temples in Egypt, all along the Nile, and the alchemy that you can experience when stepping into them. And I want you to know you don't have to have it all figured out. Logistics, details, even the how. You only need to listen to your body. And if you are feeling the remembering as I speak, if you're seeing yourself in these visions, then this is your soul's invitation. And the universe will conspire in the most peculiar way to make this happen for you. Now go to soulwisdom.ch, initiation into the Merkaba Grid. The show notes carry the link below, or send me a message today. Don't wait. The places will fill, and say yes before the deadline closes the gate. May Egypt remember you. May you remember the vastness of your soul and your being yourself. Egypt is calling, the portal is open, and the question is, will you answer? So, beloved sister, I leave you with this blessing. May the desert winds awaken the memory of who you truly are. May the Nile carry the flow of your feminine wisdom, and may the pyramids reflect back the starry brilliance of your eternal soul. I'd be very honored if you join me in December. Registration closes in 2 weeks, so click the link below and hop on a call with me to find out more. I'll see you next time.